So lastly, let's talk about gear a little bit. You mentioned you have your very first guitar here at hand. We'd love to see it.
I do. And I've never shown anyone before in an interview this, so you're the first. But this was an instrument that my parents brought back to me from Mexico when I was 2 or 3 years old. And it actually has strings that were kind of... doesn't it sound gorgeous? You can tell why I was so inspired. So I don't know if it had any role in my gravitating to the instrument later on, but there it is.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. What do you look for in an instrument?
What do I look for in an instrument? I'm looking for an instrument that has a beautiful sound, that has contrasts of color, so I can get a genuine ponticello and a beautiful caressing kind of sul tasto dolce effect. It has to have all the technical requirements of being in tune and to be able to project well. So I'm playing now an instrument made for me by Antonius Müller from Germany, and it's a double top. So it's a cedar double top, and he uses thin strips of balsa wood to glue the two pieces of cedar together, and the back and sides are Brazilian rosewood. And it's an instrument that really, I feel, has the ability to share my passion.
How did you discover Antonius Müller?
This is a good story. So I have a former student, Ben Pila, who had come back to visit me one day, and he's talking, and he said, I just heard the best guitar I've ever heard in my life. And I said, oh, really? What's that? He said, well, it's Scott Tennant's guitar, and it's by a German maker named Antonius Müller. I said, I've never heard of him. But that, of course, intrigued me. So the next month I was in Los Angeles, and bless his heart, Scott allowed me to borrow his guitar for a day. I don't know that I would have the guts to do that, but he did, and I fell in love with it, and I ordered one from Tony.
Fantastic. And before that, you have a very special guitar made for you by Tom Humphrey.
Tom Humphrey, yes. There have been a few in between, including a beautiful by the Irish maker, Michael O'Leary. But Tom's guitars I played for many years, and one of the last ones that he ever built was a painted guitar, and I'll show you the back of that, but it was very magical, and I used that in a number of recordings.
Fantastic. And you use Savage strings?
I do use Savage, yes.
Carbon or nylons?
Well, I use kind of an interesting combination. The E string for the top note, top string, I use a new crystal blue, and then I use a new crystal red for the second string, and then I use the Alliance, which is the carbon type string, for the third string, and then I use the 3 bass strings are blue Cantiga.
Very particular. You know what you want. All right. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure talking to you. Great honor. Thanks.
My pleasure.